Chad, how we doing tonight? Huge game in Major League Soccer. 2 huge games tonight. 2 huge games. Eastern Conference first, Western Conference final next. Messi potentially going to his first MLS Cup since he's been to Major League Soccer. Inter Miami going to their first MLS Cup if they win this game. New York City FC are trying to play spoiler, right? Trying to play spoiler, and the CFG-owned club are trying to make it to their second MLS Cup, their first since 2021. But we have a huge night ahead of us. And remember, we're doing both live watch-alongs. We're doing both. We're doing New York City FC versus Inter Miami, and we're doing San Diego FC versus Vancouver Whitecaps. Hope you guys are having a great Saturday night. If you guys haven't, make sure you guys hit the like button already on the stream. Share with a friend. Like I said, this is a huge trophy. Or a huge opportunity to win a huge trophy, because a lot of people are asking me, Will, does the Eastern Conference, does it matter if they win? Like, is it a big trophy if they win? And I mean, it is a trophy technically, but the big trophy is next. You want to win this to get a chance to win the big trophy. So make sure you guys share with a friend. We'll try to go to the audience as much as we can. Huge first of 2 watch along parties tonight. And also make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We're like 880 subscribers away from 12K. We have until next week, 1 week from today, to hit 12K. I think we can do it. We've been growing like crazy. And we also have MLS Cup right around the corner. So a lot of stuff ahead that you guys aren't going to miss. So make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. All right. Big match tonight, guys. Huge match tonight. Inter Miami and New York City FC. I mean, this is an MLS wet dream on the line tonight. We know MLS wants Inter Miami to win it and go to the MLS Cup Final because it's good for business. Let's be honest here. Let's just call it what it is. But I think it's going to be a good match, and I really think that it's not going to be a give me. I don't think it's going to be a blowout or anything tonight. But we know what the league wants. We know what they're in favor of because it's good for business. So I'm looking at the starting 11. It's the same exact starting 11 for Inter Miami that they had last week. And it worked really well for them. I mean, they obviously dominated Cincinnati 4-0. So I expect that to happen again after what we saw last week. But I want to ask you guys too. I want to ask you guys, in the game, we say this every time, the game will probably be about 15 minutes until kickoff. 15 minutes, probably about 6:10 Eastern Standard Time. What do you guys think is going to happen in this match? What is your score prediction for Inter Miami versus New York City FC? I gave you my score prediction. I'll give it to you guys again, but I've been thinking about it a lot. Because this is such a big game, anything can happen. But what do you guys think is going to happen in this match? Is Inter Miami going to win? Is it going to be New York City FC? What is your score prediction for this match? If Inter Miami does win this match, they will play the MLS Cup Final in Miami or Fort Lauderdale. No matter what happens, it doesn't matter if San Diego or Vancouver win. If Inter Miami beat New York City FC, they will host the MLS Cup Final. So they have home field advantage the rest of the playoffs if they win. Let me check these comments. Big games tonight, guys. Big games tonight. Amy says, I had a great 19th birthday. Happy birthday, Amy. Congratulations. How was my Thanksgiving was great. I hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving. Hope all you guys had a great Thanksgiving. Yeah, she did call it. She said they were going to win. Eric says, let's go Miami. Biggest game in club history. And that's another thing. This is the biggest game in Inter Miami history. This is a chance. This is the biggest trophy, you guys, that you can win. Well, if they win this game, they'll have a chance. The MLS Cup Final is the biggest trophy in Major League Soccer. It's the true champion of the league. You know how in the Premier League they have the Premier League patches, obviously on the jerseys. The winner of the league gets the gold Premier League patch. The winner of Major League Soccer, the winner of the MLS Cup, gets the silver patch, the silver MLS patch with the trophy on it. So this is the true champion of Major League Soccer. This is a huge deal. This is the biggest trophy in Major League Soccer. Okay, let's read some scores. Let's see. Amy says 5-1 Inter Miami. So decisive, dominant win for Inter Miami. Amy predicts. West says Miami win and both teams score at plus 162. Let's go. Kyle says, let's go, guys. Hey, y'all. Appreciate the chat being active tonight. Chat's going crazy. Love it. Big stuff tonight. West says 3-1 Miami. Kyle says 3-1 Miami. Busen says 3-2 Miami. Let's see. 3-1 Miami. 7-2 Miami. That'd be a crazy game. Crazy game. Have Hope says genuinely shitting bricks, but I trust in La Tortuga last minute winner. I don't know, man. When he came off the bench last week, that miss he had wide left was crazy bad. Like crazy bad. So I don't know. Rocky is a Timbers guy. I think I'm supposed to hate both teams. Yes. I mean, maybe you hate one team less than the other, though. Maybe you hate one team less than the other. Jake says, and a member of the chat, Jake, it's nice to see you, my friend. He says, hey, guys, how are we all doing? Mr. How are you, man? Appreciate you. Yeah, that's another thing, too. If Inter Miami and Vancouver do make it to the MLS Cup Final, it would be a repeat of the 2014 World Cup Final. Thomas Muller versus Lionel Messi. Out of curiosity, Will, did you see Tyler Adams' goal earlier? He lobbed the keeper from... Oh, it was beautiful. Yeah, it was a beautiful goal by Tyler Adams. Everybody was losing their mind over that goal, as well as they should. It was a beautiful goal. It was a very nice goal. Very nice goal by Tyler Adams. Messi to assist and score. NYCFC goal against Philly was scary. This won't be a cakewalk like most people think. Jake says, I'm pumped. Let's go. Guys, this is a big deal. This is a big deal. William Mayer, how's it going, my friend? Hope you're having a good night. Yeah, this is a big deal. This is the biggest game we have done this year. Live watch along. This is the biggest game we've done all season long because this is a chance to go to the Major League Soccer Championship, the MLS Cup. This is the biggest game of the season. Now, Inter Miami have coasted by since Matteo Salvetti has started in Game 3 of the first round against Nashville SC. Team has been completely different, right? We've seen the attack look better, more fluid, more explosive. They look a lot better, right? La Tortuga has been demoted to the bench, and it's been the best thing that's ever happened to him, right? But New York City FC is a very, very well-coached team under Pascal Janssen. He's very, very good. He's very good. He's good at making adjustments. A lot of times in Major League Soccer, managers aren't good at making in-game adjustments, especially when a team is doing very well. If Inter, I'll say this. My score prediction, I want to say I picked 2-1 Inter Miami. You know, Inter Miami always score more than, if they score a goal, they score more than one. They never just score one goal, right? But if Inter Miami dominate New York City FC, and I'm talking about dominate them like we saw against Cincinnati, if that happens, it's a wrap. Like, they're going to win MLS Cup. It's not going to be even close. and they're showing the Eastern Conference trophy right now. Which, listen, don't get me wrong, Eastern Conference trophy is a trophy, but the MLS Cup is the trophy. Like that's the trophy you want. Like it's the biggest one you can get in the league. So while they'll have a trophy in the cabinet, this is the MLS Cup is what you really want. But to my point though about New York, about Inter Miami, if they do to New York City FC what they did to Cincinnati, it's over. Like there's just no way that they're not going to win MLS Cup. It's over. It's absolutely over. Keyshawn says NYCFC going to the final. We'll see. I mean, this is not going to be an easy match, folks. I still think Inter Miami are going to win 2-1. That's my score prediction. I think Messi gets a goal, and I think Matteo Salvetti gets a goal. But I just don't think that it's going to be a blowout. New York City FC is a good team. They went and beat Philadelphia on the road. And keep this in mind. New York City FC's goal scoring leader, Alonso Martinez, had a knee injury about a week and a half ago. And so they don't even have their leading goal scorer. They went on the road without their leading goal scorer and beat Philadelphia 1-0. They're a good team. They're a good team, and Inter Miami hopefully is not taking them lightly, because if they do, it could be a bad situation. It could be a sneaky game for bad game for Inter Miami. They need to play this game to their best ability and try their hardest if they want to win. Nico Fernandez is better than Evander. That's a hot take, but I agree with you. I actually agree with you. He is better than Evander. He is better than Evander. I think so too. And we got Jake Zivin and Taylor Twellman here tonight. So, yeah. But I'll say this too. I think that Inter Miami's backline is going to be tested more than they were against Cincinnati. I think they're going to be tested more. Cincinnati. Most of you probably watch along with us and watch the game with us. Cincinnati just looked very, very out of it. They looked tired. They looked disinterested. They didn't have any motivation. They did not look good at all against Inter Miami. They looked terrible. So I think that is I just think that New York City FC is not going to look that bad compared to what Cincinnati did. They're not going to look that bad. So it's going to be a big game. Okay, so I want to ask you guys this too. We got your score predictions. Who has to have now? Messi, you can't say Messi because that's the easy answer. That's too easy. Who has to have a big game for Inter Miami? Who has to have a big game for Inter Miami in order for them to beat New York City FC? Who's their X factor? Who is their X factor in order to beat New York City FC? I've got my answer. I'm curious to see who you guys think has to have a big game in order for them to win. Salvetti. Mr. says Salvetti. Kyle says Rodrigo De Paul. Wes says Allende. Amy says Rodrigo De Paul. Heg says Alba. Bobby says Alba. Cruz says Alba. Let's go. Yeah, I still, I still think Salvetti is the easy answer, but I'm kind of agreeing with this with Allende. I think Allende is going to have another big game. Allende obviously had the big game against Cincinnati. He had 2 goals, right? I think he had a brace, if I'm not mistaken. I think Messi had a goal, Salvetti had a goal, and Allende had 2 goals. Allende actually had the best game of the season against Cincinnati. He had the best game of the season against Cincinnati. And I think that he's gonna have to continue that in order to win too. Like, they need Tadeo Allende to ball out. They need him to have a good game. By the way, we got 100 people in the chat. Guys, this is Eastern Conference Final. Let's try to get to 100 likes. We try to do this every first half. Make sure you guys smash the like button if you haven't already. Got 100 people of you in here. Share with a friend. Big game tonight to see who goes to the championship of Major League Soccer, depending on who wins. So you guys aren't going to miss this. Huge, huge game. Make sure you guys smash the like button. and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Falcone, that's a good shout. Easiest win for Miami tonight. The game will end before it even starts. I don't know. Jake says, "Come on, Timbers." I don't know. I think that it's going to be a battle, and we're about 4 to 5 minutes away from kickoff. We know the times are always delayed, but it's going to be a challenge. And like I said, I've said this: if Inter Miami come in here and just absolutely wax Cincinnati, then I think they're guaranteed to probably win MLS Cup by a landslide. Like I just don't. I don't think anyone's going to beat them. But we'll have to see how they react. This is going to be their toughest game of the playoffs. This is their toughest game in the playoffs. They won against Nashville in the round of 3. Then they beat Cincinnati badly, like really, really beat Cincinnati. Like they blew Cincinnati out. And then they beat, then they obviously have played New York City FC, who is kind of weakened because their goal scorer, the leading goal scorer, is out. But NYCFC has beaten, in the first round, they beat Charlotte, which was a very, very good opponent. They beat them in a 3-game series. And then they went on the road and beat Philadelphia, who had the most points in the entire league. Philadelphia had 66 points. They were the Supporter Shield winners of MLS in 2025. They were a very good team in MLS in 2025, and they went on the road and beat them. So this is a good team. Cringe, how's it going, my friend? Mr. says, since he were awful, Evander disappeared. Brenner was shit. Danke had the first touch of an axe murder. Oh, God. Yeah, no, I agree. It's pretty bad. Let's see. Booston says, will World Cup games be delayed to next year? Hope not. I have no idea. I think it's just mostly an MLS thing, so I wouldn't be too worried about it. I wouldn't be too worried about it. Wingcake says, you think if Miami is in the final game, we'll crack 1 million viewers on Fox? I'm worried ratings will be bad again. Well, here's the thing. We're going to be doing that too next week. The game is at 2:30 Eastern time. That's what they say right now. It's subject to change because they also said these games were going to be on Friday, and here they are Saturday. But as far as I know, that game is supposed to be at 2:30 on Saturday, 2:30 p.m. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the ratings will be because that's also college football championship weekend. All the conference championship games are going to be played on Saturday. So that could hurt. That could hurt the ratings. I mean, it could, just to be honest with you, it could hurt the ratings. This game is going to be difficult, but fingers crossed. Yeah, I agree. It is going to be. And by the way, they're walking out right now, so I assume kickoff will be in 2 to 3 minutes. World Cup probably won't be any delays. Libertadores finals about to end, and now this game. Nice. Yeah, aren't they playing? Is Flamengo's playing in the Copa Libertadores final, right? Yeah, Flamengo and Palmeiras. Hopefully my boy Tack is good. Hopefully, because his team is Palmeiras, and hopefully he's not too heartbroken about the loss. Cringe says the one takeaway in both games, New York City FC won the opposition, had numerous chances but couldn't convert. But based on the lineup, they're going to play low block. Yeah, they're gonna play very defensive. They're gonna really make it difficult in the final third for Inter Miami. Damn near parked the bus. Adam says, I think they want this to go to penalties. They want this to be a low-scoring game. They want to play terrace ball for most of the game and kind of sneak one in. And by the way, this is a windy game. Very windy game. Honestly, looked like it was going to rain in South Florida. Drink Me says, if Miami is there, it won't. International viewers will tune in, and that will buff the viewership a lot. Yeah, I think that if Inter Miami's in the final, it's going to do really, really good ratings. Like, it just is. Like, that's a fact. It's going to do very good ratings if they're in the final. Very good ratings. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. They got to make it first. They got to make the final first before we can talk about what the ratings are going to be. Now, if it's New York City FC versus it really doesn't matter in the West Coast. If it's New York City FC versus whoever, the ratings aren't going to be as good, and that's just that's just the truth. Like regardless if it's a good matchup, and it's just not the ratings aren't going to be nearly as good. So if you gave Don Garber truth serum, you know he would want Inter Miami to make the final. Like he would. That's just a fact. That's just a fact. New York City has a better keeper. Yes, Matt Freese is a good keeper. He's the USMNT number one, which some of you might say, well, that doesn't matter. USMNT, who cares? But I mean, he's good. He's good. He's not a bad goalkeeper. He's going to be tested tonight. He's going to be tested tonight. Here we go. I think we're about to kick off here in a second. Good stuff. Big, big match. Let me turn the volume up on this game a little bit. It's too quiet. I can't believe that the Eastern Conference Final, Western Conference Final is already here. At one point, it felt like the season was really dragging its feet, but then it just kind of snuck up and sped up a little bit. MLS Cup is next Saturday. And then after MLS Cup, guys, we have a 2.5 month break. We won't have Major League Soccer regular season games until late February after December. So it's going to be almost 2.5 months until we watch more Major League Soccer. So you got to soak it all in, enjoy every match, enjoy the big games, because we're not going to get Major League Soccer for a couple months after this. Matt Freese was a wall last week. He was. No, he was. 100%. Matt Freese has been playing crazy lately, which is good for the USMNT. Sergio Ramos, MLS. Nah, Sergio Ramos. I mean, he's 40 years old. If I was an MLS team, I wouldn't want Sergio Ramos. He's 40 years old. I mean, do you really need a 40-year-old center back with the resources it would cost to get him? I wouldn't want him. I wouldn't want Sergio Ramos at this point. And listen, I can acknowledge he's a legend. Obviously, I mean, you guys know I'm a Barca fan, but I know that he's a legend. But he's washed. He's 40 years old. He's 40 years old. Oh my god, I cannot believe this. This is such a big deal. I'm so excited for this game. Heard James Rodriguez is joining Orlando in February. He seems pumped to come as the World Cup in the United States, and there's Colombians on the team. I haven't heard anything about James Rodriguez uh, coming to Major League Soccer. I've heard there's been rumors for several years, but I haven't heard anything recently that would make me think that. Rocky says literally going into depression for a few months before we start again. Yeah. All right. 6:15 kickoff. God, these kickoff times are ridiculous. This is ridiculous. I'm gonna do a post game after this too. I'm gonna do a post game and then go right into the watch along for the Western Conference Final. Big, big night, guys. Huge night. Huge night. Next week's gonna be crazy too. Next week's gonna be absolutely insane. All right. Took forever to start, but we're about to start off, about to kick off Inter Miami. I just listen, we complain about this every single week, I understand, but I just wish they were transparent about the real times. Like, all of us are just sitting here waiting. We could be doing something else or like until the game starts. I just wish they were, you know, 100% transparent when the game is actually going to kick off. Not 6 o'clock and then kick off like 6:15. Like, just tell us kickoff is going to be 6:15. Just tell us kickoff's gonna be 6:15. It's actually ridiculous. It is what it is. It is what it is. It pisses me off a little bit. I'm very confident in Poch right now. I'm very confident in Pochettino. Very confident. All right, here we go. Kickoff's about to happen. Inter Miami versus New York City, Eastern Conference Final. We have officially kicked off. Eastern Conference Final is underway. Inter Miami versus New York City FC. A chance to go to the MLS Cup Final. This is the first home game for Inter Miami in, I think, almost a month. almost a month since the last time Inter Miami played at home. That Nashville FC game was very early November, so it's almost been an entire month since Inter Miami's played at home. I'm looking for Noah Allen too to have a better game. Noah Allen really didn't have as good of a game last match, and they were very lucky that Cincinnati wasn't able to score. Very lucky Inter Miami or that Cincinnati wasn't able to score. Whoever scores first, the first ball is in their court. We'll see. We'll see. I don't know if New York City FC is going to be able to score first. I think they're going to make it an ugly game at first, and then they're going to try to score late. Baltasar Rodriguez, Rodrigo de Paul. I think this Miami team is just firing on all cylinders. Though they're the hottest team. Tadeo Allende to Messi. Messi passes out wide. Jordi Alba with space. Jordi Alba. Matt Freese saves it. Looked like Jordi Alba was trying to cross it, but easily saved by Matt Freese. I'm going to be curious to see what Miami looks like the first 15 minutes, too. They looked really bad the first 15 minutes against Cincinnati. And then after the 15-minute mark, they really switched gears and they started to look a lot better. So let's see how Miami comes out of the gate. They're looking pretty good so far. 2 minutes in, they're looking like they look better than they did early on in the last match. Nino says New York City win 3-0. Go, go, goal. We'll see. It's 6:17 p.m. Free should go to Europe. He probably, if he has a good World Cup, he might go to Europe afterwards, but he's not gonna go to Europe before the World Cup. He's gonna stay at New York City, and he's gonna make sure that he's the starter. If he goes to Europe right now, something bad could happen. He could lose his job. Like, what if he loses minutes or he has a bad spell? He's playing well for New York City. There's not really any reason to leave at the moment. Matt Freese will stay in MLS at least for the rest of the 2025 season. Or excuse me, 2026 World Cup. Dreyer going to Europe. I wouldn't be surprised if Anders Dreyer went to Europe. He's been incredible. I think there's going to be a lot of suitors. Oh, good run by Silvetti. Can he get to the ball? He can. Tavon Gray on him. Looks like it went out of bounds on Tavon Gray. It's going to be a throw in. Inter Miami. Jordi Alba with the throw in. Passes it to Baltasar Rodriguez. Oh, bad touch by Rodrigo de Paul, but he's able to recover. Passes it back to Falcone. Yeah, New York City's a good away team. Good. That was a good pass over the top. It goes out of bounds. So New York City FC are 8-1-1 in their last 10 road games. 8-1-1. They are road warriors. They are about as good as you could be on the road. They are about as good as you could be on the road. Ooh, bad giveaway. Oh my God, DePaul got in the way. Busquets like hit it off of Rodrigo DePaul. It went out of bounds. Nico Fernandez. Ooh, Maxi Moralez. Maxi, shortest guy in MLS, 5'2". Looking for O'Toole, goes out of bounds. Gonna be a goal kick. Inter Miami. Maxi Moralez. That's an interesting fact though. Shortest guy in MLS. He's 5'2". Maxi Moralez is. It is unfortunate, but hey, I don't feel bad for him. I mean, he's a millionaire. He's made a lot of money playing. He's good at soccer. He's gifted. Maxi Morales is he's only 5'2" though. I remember seeing him next to Sebastian Jovinko and thinking, oh my God, he makes Sebastian Jovinko look big. I think Alex Freeman will be in Europe quite soon. I agree with that. Garden home of MLS, basically. Yeah, he's small. He's small for sure. Oh, Ojeda looking, passes it, no one there. Maxi Falcon clears it, looking for Allende. Yeah, he can't run the 5 best rides at the state. That's funny. I'm looking for Sergio Busquets to have a big game too. Sergio Busquets has really came on lately. He had a great game against Cincinnati. He was making some good passes. Baltasar loses possession. Ojeda with the ball. Nico Fernandez is a baller, guys. Number 7 for New York City FC. Nico, he's from Elche. They bought him this summer for $8 to $9 million. He's a baller, absolute baller. Someone said earlier they think he's better than Evander, and I think I might agree with that. I think I might actually agree with that. Inter Miami's looking a little sloppy right now. God, if New York City FC had a striker, if they had Alonso Martinez, I think that they would look a lot better. I mean, I know they look a lot better. I don't know why I said I think. I know they would look a lot better. We'll see if they can make up for losing their golden leading scorer on the team. So the shortest guys on both teams are also their best players. I think Jordi Alba is technically shorter than Messi. If you see them next to each other, I think Jordi Alba looks. I think he's technically shorter than Messi, but it's close. Ojeda. Ooh, he's blowing by Jordi Alba. Tavon Gray. Uh-oh. Cello passes it. Oh, God. Noah Allen. They're starting to look a little bit losing their pizzazz a little bit. They're not looking as good as they did the first like 4 minutes. Messi on the ball. No call, Messi. No foul. Kevin O'Toole, nice move, able to keep the ball. Ojeda. How tall am I? Like 5'11", 6 foot. Yeah, Aiden O'Neal, that was a good defensive. That was, I mean, I think he might have hit him in the face, but I don't think it was too crazy. Aiden O'Neal, no call on Aiden O'Neal on Messi. 10 minutes in, chat. How are we feeling? How do you think this game's looking so far? Which team do you think looks better 10 minutes in between Inter Miami and New York City FC? Who do you think's looking better right now? It's so impressive that all these 4 remaining teams in the finals are all new coaches to Major League Soccer. None of them have coached in this league before. That's just very impressive, and I think it shows how much the league has evolved, that you don't have to know all these weird mechanisms and stuff and the travel, that good coaching prevails, and it's really cool to see that the 4 managers who have made it all the way are brand new to the league. Trying to force feed Matteo Salvetti. You want New York City FC to win. Both look bad. Yeah, they're looking a little sloppy. They're feeling each other out right now. Yeah, that's why I don't really judge the first 10 to 15, maybe even 20 minutes because they are trying to feel each other out. They're trying to see what they're going to do, what they can get away with. I think at the 15 to 20 minute mark, this game will really open up. To Paul, pushing forward, passes it to Allende, back to DePaul. DePaul out wide, looking for Jordi Alba. Jordi Alba passes it to Baltasar Rodriguez. To Busquets. Busquets with the pass to Messi. Oh, Messi chopped down. Free kick. Probably about what? I don't know. Five. Maybe about 5 yards outside of the box. Maybe even, I don't think it's 10 yards. Maybe it's just five. But they're going to have a dangerous free kick. Messi's going to have a dangerous free kick. We'll see what he can do. Dangerous set piece. All right. Messi's lining up over it. Let's see if he can score. Miss Darlington Nagby. Yeah, that's sad that Nazi's going to Celtic. It's very, very sad that he's leaving MLS. I wish he would have went to another MLS team before he left the league, but they're gonna have Columbus might be in trouble. All right, let's see if Messi shoots this or if he's gonna pass it. Let's see. Is he gonna cross it or is he gonna shoot it? Oh, saved by Matt Freeze. Silvetti got a head on it though. Cross from Messi to Silvetti. All right, New York City FC throw in. Tavon Gray. Maxi Falcone's able to win the possession. DePaul. Cello Wingett. Back to DePaul. Noah Allen. Oh, DePaul had a nice pass to Yende. He tried to turn, but he couldn't. He couldn't make the full turn. Oh, can Noah Allen get to it? Good effort by Noah Allen to get to that ball. Oh, Allende! Oh my God! Beautiful goal by Tadio Allende. Tadio Allende is on the run of his life. Tadio Allende is playing the best ball he has played for Inter Miami. Tadio Allende is playing the best ball he has played all season long for Inter Miami. What a goal. All right, guys. I think New York City FC might be in trouble. Tadio Allende playing the best ball of his season right now in this playoffs. Is he onside? Yeah, I think he's onside. I think he's onside, folks. I think he's onside. Yeah, Tadio Allende looks like a new player. What a strike that was. What a strike that was. Look at the angle too. He hit on the right side, like that. The gap between the post and Matt Freeze. Wow, what a goal! What a goal by Tadio Allende. Yeah, I'd said earlier that if they do route New York City FC, that Inter Miami they're going to run away with MLS Cup. It's over, but we'll see. But remember, guys, Inter Miami don't ever just score one goal; they score multiple goals. They score multiple goals. Nice move by Baltasar Rodriguez. Oh, Balthasar. 170 people in the chat. Guys, make sure you smash the like button if you haven't already. It helps us out. Share with a friend. Let's try to get to 100 likes before halftime. I think we're currently at 32 likes. We got to get to 100, 170 of you guys watching with us live right now. Smash the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We are 880 away from 12K. We have 1 week to hit 12,000 subscribers. That's our goal by MLS Cup Final Day. So make sure you subscribe if you haven't already and hit that little bell notification so you never miss any of my videos. Yeah, Busquets has been balling out, guys. He's been absolutely balling out. Sergio Busquets is having a hell of a playoff run. Now Silvetti's there. Allende isn't the only pace guy. He gets more time and pace. Yeah, I think they don't need him to be the only guy anymore, right? He has help. When you have two pacey wingers, and you kind of have three just based on the way they play, even though Silvetti's kind of like like a I don't really know how you would designate him. I guess he's kind of like he's like a makeshift winger, but also Bautista Rodriguez is too. Allende has stepped up tremendously. Tadio Allende is having a hell of a last 2 games. 3 goals in the last 2 matches for Tadio Allende. And that's what you need. Remember what I said? I've said this since day one. If Inter Miami wants to win, they can't just have one guy. They can't just have Messi do it all. He needs help. He needs other people to step up. He needs other people to step up. And they've done that the last 3 games. He's had a lot of help. A lot of help. Miami is turning into the new Argentina youth national team, which I'm okay with. Let's see. J Dumbo says Busquets wants to retire at the top of this game. Yeah, I agree with that. Oh, Balthasar. Tries to go around Tavon Gray, not able to. Tavon Gray wins possession. Oh, heavy touch by Nico. Goes out of bounds. It's going to be a throw in for Inter Miami. Jordi Alba's going to throw it in. Rodrigo to Paul, Cello to Maxi. Also, Inter Miami's been playing well even without Ian Frey. Like this lineup works. This is a good full functioning lineup right now. Balthasar out wide to Silvetti. Silvetti dribbling at Tavon Gray. Goes around him. God, look at Silvetti. Silvetti with a cross. Oh my God, that was a good look. He was looking for Messi. That was a good look. Just goes. Messi wasn't able to get on the other end of it. Messi with the ball. Messi passes it to Allende. Allende turns. Bad pass by Allende. Terrible pass by Allende. And then Cello fouls Maxi Moralez. New York City, what is New York City doing? Not much better than Cincy. Yeah, they're not playing as well right now for sure. They're not playing very well. But there's still a lot of game left. There's still a lot of game left, guys. Rodrigo to Paul with the yellow. I always hear Bulbasaur when I hear that guy. Good thing this game isn't in New York City. Well, that's the thing. New York City is actually worse at home than they are on the road. They're actually worse at home than they are on the road. Yeah, Maxi Falcone looks like he pulled down. Was that? Yeah, Maxi Moralez. Game's probably going to get chippy, guys. It's probably going to get very, very chippy. I expect this game to get very, very chippy. So Vetti will probably be in Europe after the World Cup. He might. He might. I like I said, I think he's probably going to go for a lot of money. Inter Miami have no reason to sell him. Damn, Messi's pushing Moralez. By the way, Moralez and Messi used to play with each other on the national team. They used to play with each other on the Argentine national team. Now that was a long time ago for Maxi Moralez. Maxi Moralez hasn't been good in a while. This game is getting chippy. Cello, who's Cello trying to fight? Cello's trying to fight somebody. It is getting heated. That's good though. That's good. There's passion. There's energy. There's feels like there's something in line. Okay, looks like Cello's got a yellow. Let's see. Is Maxi gonna get a yellow? Yep, maybe. Sergio's playing with him. 22 minutes in, guys. Inter Miami's up 1-0 over New York City FC. 22 minutes in. Yeah, dude, there's going to be like 4 or 5 minutes of ad time because of this. There's going to be like 4 or 5 minutes of ad time. Oh! Oh! Tadio Allende! Oh my God, he's balling out! Tadio Allende with the brace. Tadio Allende, another brace. Wow, Tadio Allende. Tadio Allende with the brace, back-to-back games. Tadio Allende has been balling out. And someone had said this before the game, and I agreed with them. Allende was the player who had to have a big game, and he is. Tadio Allende balling out. What a cross from Jordi Alba, too. Great header. Great header. World class header by Tadio Allende. Maybe they should re-sign Tadio Allende. He's not looking as bad right now. He's not looking as bad. What a finish. This is the hottest team in the league right now, guys. 2-0 in the first half. They're running away with this. Tadio Allende balling out, having the best run of his life, playing the best ball of his life. Wow. 2-0, 25 minutes in. Seems like we might be getting a Messi versus Muller final. We'll see. We'll see. There's a lot of game left, guys. And plus, we don't know who's going to win the Vancouver San Diego match. But I do know there's 200 of you in the chat right now. So make sure you guys smash the like button if you haven't already. 200 live for the Eastern Conference final. Inter Miami absolutely rolling right now. 2-0 over New York City FC. In complete control. And like I said, if they win this game, look at Javier Mascherano. He's just hanging out. He's just chilling. He's relaxed as you could possibly be. What happened to Jordi Alba? Let me see this challenge. What happened to Jordi Alba's hand? Wow. Yende's playing like Robert Taylor was years ago at the Cup, not Leagues Cup. No, I think he's playing better at this point. He's balling out right now. Like he's playing the best ball of his career right now. Tadio Yende, there was a report, like I said, that they were going to re-sign him. There are talks that they might try to re-sign. They might try to re-sign Tadio Yende. Enter Miami. I don't know if they would have to buy him or they could get him on loan again. I would assume if they bought him, he would have to be a designated player, which obviously I don't think he's that good. But if they can get Tadio Yende on a loan again for another season, I think that would be fine. I think that'd be fine if they could get him on loan. Yeah, yeah. Messi is mad at Maxi Moralez, which is funny because they're friends. They're friends. So out of bounds, goal kick, Inter Miami. Yeah, I don't know what kind of beef they got. They were supposed to be friends. I don't think he bit him though. I don't think like that happened. God, this is crazy. All right, Mascherano's animated. He's off the bench. He's not chilling on the bench anymore. He's off the bench, and he's animated. He's involved. What a hell of a turnaround for him too, guys. I was really hard on Javier Mascherano, but he's done a hell of a job recently. He's done a hell of a job recently. All right, Nico Fernandez. Oh, in the hands of Rocco Rios Novo. As a San Diego FC fan, I'm scared of Miami now. That you should be scared. They're crazy good. They're very, very good. They can score so many goals so quickly. Tavon Gray. If New York City FC don't score a goal before the half, I think it's over for sure. Like it is over. They've got to score a goal before the half. I just don't know if they've got the firepower to do this. Oh, he did. He said he was bad. Jordi Alba looking for Silvetti. Silvetti's not able to get to it. Four to 100%. We'll see. Well, I mean, it could. I'm a little behind. Let me see if I can refresh it. I'm gonna refresh it again and see. Sometimes my stream's always behind. I don't know why. I just went out of bounds for a New York City FC throw in. God, this is worse. This is worse, I think, than the Cincinnati game. I don't think it was. I think the Inter Miami scored. I think they scored 2 goals in the first half, but I don't think it was as quickly as this has been. I would look for a new coach. No, I think Javier Mascherano is deserving of a. If you're talking about Mascherano, I think he's deserving. Oh, Silvetti. Oh, Silvetti tries to shoot it, gets deflected off a New York City FC player. Messi trying to win possession back. Oh my god. Dang. Nico Fernandez just body slammed Maxi Falcone. Yeah, man, you just body slammed him. He like shouldered him and then like threw him over his shoulder. WWE style. Look at this. Look at that. 100% that's yellow. Hell, that could almost be a red. I mean, it could have been a dangerous play. It could have been a dangerous play. Halftime. Oh, so it was 1-0. So they scored 3 in the second half. Yeah, this is worse. This is a absolute beating. But I do think that New York City FC could make some second half adjustments that could make things a little like I don't think they're going to win, but I think they could do some things that can make it try to make a comeback. Benching Suarez was a messy decision. I don't know about that, but it was the best decision they've made all season. Of course, the suspension is what really set that off. You know, Suarez having that kick against Andy Nahar in the second game against Nashville SC is what really set this whole thing up. But it's the best thing that's ever happened to Inter Miami. They look incredible. Looks like a completely different team since that happened. Looks like a completely different team. Yeah, Nico Fernandez literally just threw him. Suarez needs to retire after this. You know, they haven't even shown him tonight. They haven't even shown Luis Suarez. As far as I can remember, they have not shown him on the bench at all night. Do we even know for sure if he's at the game? Someone's got to, I guess, Baltasar Rodriguez just picked up a yellow card. Oh, out of bounds. Goal kick Inter Miami. This game, I have a red card soon. Yeah, how many yellows are they at right now? Let me look this up real quick. How many people have a yellow? So 4 yellows so far in total. 4 yellows. No Allen, Cello Winget, Nico Fernandez, and Maxi Moralez all have yellow cards so far. 35 minutes in, 2-0 Inter Miami over New York City FC. Tadio Yende with the brace in the first half. Incredible first half for Tadio Yende. I saw Suarez when Allende scored. I didn't see him. Maybe I wasn't looking in the right. Maybe I wasn't looking at that time. Cello, Rodrigo de Paul crosses it. Cello, ooh, deflected. Off Silve. It's going to be a goal kick, New York City FC. I wonder if Tadio Allende is going to get a hat trick. Or if Tadio Allende is going to, if they're going to try to get him a hat trick for this game. Yeah, I don't know if there's gonna be a halftime show for the MLS Cup Final. I'm not sure. Oh, Maxi Moralez. Oh my God, Maxi Moralez just took an absolute shoulder from Baltasar Rodriguez. He better be careful. He better be very careful. Oh shit, is he gonna get a red? Oh shit. No, I guess he don't have a yellow. Never mind. Baltasar Rodriguez better be careful though. If he surprised to get a yellow for that, he just absolutely plowed Maxi Moralez right there. It just shouldered him or forearmed him in the back and knocked him down. He's very, very lucky he didn't get a yellow card right there. Very lucky. It's gonna be a free kick for New York City FC. Oh, what a header! Yeah, dangerous set piece. There you go, Justin Hack. Justin Hack scores right there for New York City FC to pull one back, 2-1. My score prediction: 2-1, 2-1. We'll see what happens, but that's what I'm saying. Anything can happen. New York City FC pulls one back, 2-1. Great set piece pass cross from Maxi Moralez to Justin Hack. Who the hell was who was marking him? Who was marking him? Justin Hack. Let's see. Tadio Yende was supposed to be marking him. He was nowhere to be found. Of course, he's not a defender, obviously, but damn, dude, that was bad marking. Really bad marking by Inter Miami right there. Wow. Great pass. That's what they needed, guys. I said if New York City FC wanted to come back in this game, they were going to have to score before the half. They did. They pull one back, 2-1. Game is far from over. Game is far from over. My heart can't take this. It's fine. It's still early. There's still an entire half left. We'll see what happens. Good look. Looking for Jordi Alba. Jordi Alba crosses it. No one's there. Baltasar Rodriguez wins possession back, tries to pass it to Messi. Messi really hasn't been too active in this game. Messi, he hasn't had to be. Messi's kind of had it easy so far in this game. His teammates have made life easy on him. Oh, good pass. Cello with the cross. Oh, Cello, what are you doing? To Paul. Low pass, blocked. Maxi Moralez has got the ball. Ooh, good defending by Maxi Falcone. Someone's been watching Arsenal. '40th minute, 2-1. It's gonna be a battle. Rodrigo to Paul. Inter Miami can't fall asleep behind the wheel if they want to win. They can't fall asleep. New York City FC will make you pay. Ooh, good pass from Jordi Alba to Salvetti. Baltasar passes out wide to Sergio Busquets. Sergio Busquets to Messi. To Paul, looking for Cello. Cello cross. Oh, low pass from Cello blocked. Yeah, Ian Frey's injured right now. Jordy. I think Inter Miami probably need another goal before the end of the half. They to feel good about it, they need to pull one back before the end of the half. Ooh, bad pass. Bad pass by No Allen. Martin Ojeda. Ooh, good defending by Allen. Rodrigo to Paul. Good play. To Paul. Out wide for Cello. Weak pass from to Cello. Messi on the ball. Messi to Cello. A little too much on it. Yeah, the ball didn't fall there like normal. Oh. Yende was able to get to it, but it was blocked. So Vetti's able to keep it in bounds. Going to be out of bounds. Going to be a throw in for Inter Miami. Yeah, Miami needs a goal before the end of the half. Messi, Cello, Busquets, Rodrigo to Paul. Nice pass to Cello or to Messi. Balthasar. Oh, gonna be out of bounds for a corner. Michael says if I didn't know who Paul was, I would not think that he was on a big European team. That's the way he's played. No, he's been very sorry. Yeah, Justin Hack scored. I'm sorry, Jake. Yeah, Rodrigo De Paul has been very mid for Inter Miami since he came in the summer, and they're going to spend $17 million on him. That's his fee. They're gonna have to spend 17 mil on him. All right, Messi's taking the corner. Messi takes it. Looking for Cello. Cello able to head it to Rodriguez. Miami's starting to play sloppy now. Very sloppy. There's 5 seconds left plus added time in the first half. We'll see how much added time is. There'll probably be like 3 or 4 minutes of added time, I would say. 6 minutes of added time. 6 minutes of added time. Not too surprised by that. 6 minutes of added time. 6 minutes of fighting. MLS got me hooked on Celsius now. If I don't drink it, I yawn at work and look at my look lazy to my supervisor. Never tried a Celsius, honestly. Never have tried a Celsius. Wing, that's not good. Michael says, Will, what do you think about the rumors that Timo is interested in Miami? He's a good player, but do you think he's the right fit for this team? When I saw that, I thought that was so funny that they try to say that that Messi has requested Timo Werner to be a new player of Inter Miami. Like, come on, dude. He did not ask for Timo Werner. They would want someone way better than that. Come on. I can't believe people believe that. I can't believe people believe that. God, that was such a great header by Justin Hack, though. Such a good header. What a great header by Justin Hack. All right, Messi. Been kind of inactive tonight. Not to say Messi's been bad. He just hasn't had to do as much tonight because the team's been playing well. Well, they called a foul on Inter Miami. Yes, if they win today, they will win the Eastern Conference title, but they will get a chance to go to the MLS Cup Final, which is the biggest trophy. Yeah, that was definitely a foul on Baptiste Rodriguez. He just stepped on he stepped on Ojeda's foot. No news on the salary cap so far. No news on the salary cap so far. I would assume there could be something in this offseason, but I would assume it'll probably be 2027. I could be wrong, but I think it's going to be 2027 is the year that they're going to change some things. I don't think it's going to happen in 2026. I would love to be wrong though. I would absolutely love to be wrong about that. He was such a great header by Justin Hack. Two great headers. Two great headers. One by Justin Hack and then one by Tadio Allende. Every team should want let's see. Nick Waltemid, German forward that plays for Newcastle, not Timo Werner. I don't disagree with that. I don't think Timo Werner's that good anymore. He's kind of washed at this point, right? I mean, about let's see, 1 minute left of added time. Rodrigo to Paul, Messi to Matteo Salvetti to Rodriguez, then Jordi Alba. Jordi Alba fell down. Not sure what happened there. I don't think Timo Werner was that good to begin with. He had one good. What was his good season at? Was that Leipzig? He had like 30 goals in a season. That was what 6 years ago. He had a 30-goal season at Leipzig. Here we go. Jordi Alba, Messi. Oh, too hard of a touch from Messi. Sergio Busquets recovers. Jordi Alba to Salvetti. Goes out of bounds. Going to be a corner. Florian Wirtz always look better to me. No, 100%. Oof, bad corner. All right. First half whistle. Inter Miami's up over New York City FC 2-1 after the first half. Pretty dominant first half, by Inter Miami first 20 minutes, and then they kind of slowed down. And then New York City FC were able to pull one back before the end of the first half in the 37th minute. Guys, what would you rate that first half performance by Inter Miami and New York City FC? We do first half grades every single match. What would be your first half grade for both teams in this game, 1 through 10? 1 being absolute shit, 10 being great. What would you rate the first half performances by both of these teams after what you've seen 1 through 10? Also, if you haven't already, we're at halftime, 200 people in the chat. Make sure you guys smash the like button. We're at 75 likes, 25 away. Make sure you like this. Make sure you like the stream if you haven't already. Sorry, tongue-tied there. Make sure you guys like the stream if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. 880 subs away from 12K. Our goal is to hit that number by the end of next week, which is MLS Cup Final week. We have 1 week to do that. I think we can do it. So make sure you guys subscribe if you haven't already. All right, let's see what the scores are. Michel says 6. I'm assuming he means for Inter Miami. 7 out of 10 for Miami. 5 out of 10 for Guy. 8 for Miami. Kevin says 4 for New York City. Mr. says 7 for Miami. 5 for New York City. Jake says, I'm going to have to go to sleep. Enjoy the rest of the game, Will. Mr. Rocky, it's been a pleasure. Yep, have a good night, Jake. Miami, 7 out of 10. MD says, hi, Will. Good morning from Bangladesh. How's it going, my friend? Juan says 7 Miami, New York 5. Yeah, I would say that I would go for the first half. I would probably go Inter Miami was a 7. That was a good number. They looked really, really good in the beginning of the game, and they just really slowed down towards the end. And I would say New York City FC is probably about a 4. I would say probably a 4. They did have the one good header, but outside of that, they haven't really done much. I would say Inter Miami's a 7 the first half. I'd give New York City FC a 4. I just think that Inter Miami really looks sluggish. They're not going to be higher than a 7, but you're going to get a 7 because you scored 2 goals in the first half. But outside of those 2 goals by Tadeo Allende, I think the team hasn't really looked that good, honestly. I think Matteo Salvetti's looked okay. Messi hasn't looked bad. This is not to say he's looked bad. He just hasn't really had to do much. He's kind of been inactive in this game. He hasn't really had the ball as much as we're used to seeing him have the ball. I thought Baltasar Rodriguez has been pretty bad. I just don't think they've looked as good. Even though they're up 2-1, they have not looked as good as they have in the prior games. Who would you guys say has been the worst player in the first half for either team? Who has been the worst player for either team in this first half between New York City FC and Inter Miami? Who's been the worst player on the pitch? And we can't say it's Tadeo Allende. He's safe for today. He's not the worst player today. Tadeo Allende gets the free pass. He is not the worst player on the pitch for the first time in a very, very long time. All right, let's see. Cello has been the worst. Yeah, Cello's crosses have been terrible. Salvetti is ranked as the lowest of the entire pitch. I don't think maybe that's his stats, but I don't think the eye test, I don't think he's been the worst. I think Rodriguez has been worse, honestly, than him, and maybe even Cello. You think Silvetti's been the worst player? I don't think Silvetti's been terrible. I think he's been okay. Matt Freese, yeah, I mean, I don't really want to say Matt Freese has been the worst player on the pitch because he has had some. I mean, yes, if you look at FOTMob, he's the worst player on the pitch. But if the eye test, I don't think Matt Freese is the issue. The one save that he had, or not the save, but the goal that Tadio Allende scored on the tough angle. I mean, that was a crazy shot. I mean, that would be really hard to defend, honestly. And then the header was crazy. That was bad marking by New York City FC. I don't think Matt Freese has been the worst player on the pitch. I would probably say it's either been, man, it's I honestly think it has been Baltasar Rodriguez, which, I don't think New York City FC has had a glaringly bad player in the first half. I think it's probably Baltasar Rodriguez. I think he's been the worst player. New York City FC is a boring team. They definitely are a boring team. Cello's been really bad too. New York City FC play ugly, ugly ball. And they really do right now because they don't have a striker. They don't have a striker right now. They don't have a striker, and they're trying to play very defensive oriented ball and make it tough on the team, and hoping that they can get this to penalties or extra time. They want to make this game as long and hard as they possibly can. Hacker says, I hope Mascherano will not bring Suarez in second half. This game looks too tight. We don't want Suarez. Nobody wants Suarez. Suarez should retire at this point, right? When Suarez is cooked. No one wants Suarez at this point. Spid tour for Suarez. But Baltasar has covered most spaces when New York City FC has had the ball. Yeah, but he really hasn't done much on the ball tonight. I don't think he's done much tonight. But like I said, this is a good thing that Messi hasn't really been forced to do much, and they're still able to win, right? If this was a game a month ago, and New York and Inter Miami played like they did in the second half after the 2 goals, Inter Miami would be in trouble. I don't even know if they would have gotten the 2 goals, but they are able to. And Messi has 35 goals in in all competitions in Major League Soccer in 2025. Incredible season. I expect him to be announced MVP, by the way, at some point this week. Messi's MVP announcement will probably happen this week. But, this is a game that if it was the previous lineup or Suarez was playing, they'd probably be in trouble. But I don't really have any concerns about Inter Miami at this point. I think they're still in control. And we'll see how they bounce back in the second half. I expect Messi to have a more active second half. He has been bad. It's just he hasn't been asked to do much. All the team has been pretty good around him so far. And he hasn't really had to put the team on his back in this game like we're used to seeing. Hope you had a good Thanksgiving, Will. Yes, I did. I appreciate that, Timothy. Hope you did as well. Michael says, bring in Segovia for Rodriguez. That's a good shout out. I wouldn't be mad at seeing Baltasar Rodriguez come in for Segovia after as bad as he was in the first half. I wouldn't be surprised to see that. That's a good shout. New York City FC are not letting Messi operate. They're not. They're doing a good job. They are doing a good job countering him. Suarez, thank you for your service. This is a battle we need runners. Yeah, exactly. He's the opposite of runner, right? He's has no legs at this point. None at all. I have a feeling that New York City FC will definitely could equalize if Miami continue to play like this. Yeah, that's the thing. They have to score another goal. Like in order for Inter Miami to feel safe about this game, which I don't even know if you should feel safe about it, but in order to feel safe, you have to score another goal. I think if Inter Miami only score 2 goals in regulation, I think this game's going to go to extra time, and it's going to eventually go to penalties. I would not feel safe. I would not feel safe if Inter Miami don't score another goal. Like I feel like it's definitely going to. I think they're definitely going to pull one back. New York City FC is. That's what Inter Miami desperately need to get another goal. Busen says it's a good strategy for New York City to get Messi involved in drama and focus less on football. Yeah, they have gotten him fired up. in this game. They have got him animated, frustrated, especially Maxi Moralez. Maybe Maxi Moralez knows exactly what to say to get him going. But yeah, I agree with that. Messi is pissed with his teammates. SPH says, but guys, who swapped Allende with Pele? I want to know. Right? Is it the reincarnation of Pele? Tadio Allende is now? It could be. Okay, so I want to know what you guys think. We gave our first half grades. We talked about what happened. I'm going to go use the bathroom real quick. I got to use a quick bathroom break, but I want to ask you guys a question before I leave. What is the second half score going to be? What is your predictions? We just talked about how New York City FC had the momentum at the end of that first half. What do you think the second half score is going to be? Is Inter Miami going to be able to hold on, or are they going to lose control of this game and end up losing this match? What is the score going to be? It's 2-1 Inter Miami over New York City FC, which was my original prediction. And that's already the score now. So it's probably not going to be the final score. What do you guys think is going to happen in this game? Who is going to win? I'll be right back. Let me know down below. Also, guys, make sure you guys like this down below. We're 10 likes from 100. Like the stream down below, and also subscribe if you haven't already. We're trying to hit 12K before MLS Cup Final Day, a week away. I think we're going to do that. And don't forget, we also have another live watch along after this one. San Diego FC versus Vancouver Whitecaps. And they will take on the winner of this match for the MLS Cup Final. Be back in 60 seconds. All right, folks, we're back. Sorry about that. Had to do a quick restroom break. All right, let's read some of your scores, predictions for the second half. Let's see. MD says 4-2. I'm assuming Miami. Booston says 3-2, same as before game. Leak says 3-1. Mick says 3-2. Mister's 2-1. Juan says 4-2 Miami. Jumpman says 4-2. Cringe says 3-2. Timothy says 3-1 Inter Miami. MD says 4-1 Miami. Amy says Messi hat trick in the second half. That'd be crazy. So it'd be 5. They'd have 5 goals at least. Angel says 4-2 Miami. If not 2-1, it'll be 3-1. Yeah, I'm starting to think Angry Messi plays better. What the hell kind of comment is that? Anyway, yeah, I think that it's going to be 3-2 now. I'm going to change my score 3-2. I do think New York City FC is going to pull one back. I do think they're going to pull one back, and I do think Inter Miami is going to pull one back. I think it's going to be a very, very intense open second half game. That the game's going to be way more open. And I think New York City FC is going to tie it. And then Inter Miami is going to pull ahead and take the lead at some point before the end of the first half or into the second half. And the second half's about to start. It's about to be underway. That was a quick halftime. Very quick halftime. All right, guys, second half. Here we go. This is it. This is going to decide who goes to the MLS Cup Final in the Eastern Conference. We got 45 minutes. If Inter Miami wants to make it to the MLS Championship game, the MLS Cup Final, they've got to hang on for the next 45 minutes. New York City FC have 45 minutes to turn it around, take the lead to be able to go to the MLS Cup Final. Let the better team win. We'll see what happens. 45 minutes to decide. Unless we go to extra time, which could happen, obviously. We'll see what happens. All right, here we go. Second half underway. Inter Miami up 2-1. All right, throw in for Inter Miami. They're going to have to play a lot better in the second half. Or they're going to have to play better than they did the last 25, 30 minutes. Last 25 minutes, I'll say. Last 20. They're going to have to play better than they did the last 25 minutes of that first half. Inter Miami. Ooh, good defending by Noah Allen. Yes, I'm also doing the Vancouver versus San Diego game next at 9 o'clock Eastern time. It's going to start at 8:50. I'm going to do a post game recap of this match as soon as it's over with. Going to upload that, and then I will be back at 8:50 Eastern time to do the live watch along for the San Diego FC versus Vancouver Whitecaps match. Is Wolf on? Yeah, I guess Wolf is in. Inter Miami can't play keep away though. They're gonna have to. Javier Mascherano can't just be playing keep away ball, park the bus. Like they really need a third goal if they want to win this. Inter Miami, if they don't score a third goal, I don't think they win. I could be wrong. I don't think they're gonna win if they don't get that third goal. Ooh, Sergio Busquets just not able to get there. Foul called on Baltasar Rodriguez. Yeah, O'Toole to the midfield. Looks like are they doing a 4-3-3 now? See, these are the adjustments that they're making. That Cincinnati just don't do stuff like this. They're stupid. Like, what's his face is not a good manager. Um, Pat Noonan, he's just not a good manager. Not a good manager. Oh, bad pass by Rocco. God, bad pass to Rocco. Maxi Moralez. Oh, bad pass. Oh my God, he had it. Oh my God, New York City FC had a golden opportunity. Maxi Moralez, he should have shot it. Oh my God, he had a golden opportunity. It's a bad giveaway by Rocco Rios Novo. Terrible pass by Rocco. Very weak. Oh my God, Maxi should have shot that. Terrible pass from Maxi to Nico Fernandez, by the way, as well. That was a golden opportunity by New York City FC right there. Terrible opportunity. Or, they made little out of that opportunity, is what I should say. Huge mistake. Credible chance. God, Maxi should have shot that. Martins. Out wide to Tavon Gray. Gray boots it deep. Martin. Oh, Nico Fernandez. Oh, he's gonna get. Oh my God, he's gonna get a red. Wow. Okay. So went against Nico. I thought no Allen was gonna get a card for sure there. Oh, okay. I guess not. I guess not. I don't know. That was close. I thought he was gonna get a card there. I thought Nico was gonna get a card. Or excuse me. I thought no Allen was gonna get a card there. It was literally better than a penalty kick to shoot from there. It was for sure. I mean, he should. Maxi Moralez should have shot that. He had a golden opportunity. Should have shot that. He should have shot that. 100%. $5 super chat from the Hebrew Hammer says, "Thanks, we'll appreciate it. Big game. Inter Miami versus New York City FC. Rodrigo de Paul, DeCello. Appreciate the $5 super chat, by the way, my friend. Jordi Alba, the cross. Oh, Allende was so close to having his hat trick. What a cross by Jordi Alba. How wide was he? Let's see. Let me see the replay on it. You can't tell sometimes the angle how far off he was. I know it was wide right, but let's see. Oh, God. Allende should have scored that. Oh, just wide right. He should have scored that. He knows he should have scored that. Wow. Is Suarez really coming in? No, you're messing with me. You're messing. Suarez ain't coming in. No way La Tortuga's coming in. That would be bad news. I don't know. They said Suarez is coming in. Bobby says, "Do you think these two teams have been the best in the East this year?" No, 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 no. Hell no. New York City FC, I don't think has been the best. They've had a good playoff run. I think I think that I think Inter Miami has been one of the best teams for sure in the East. And then I would say the other team was Philadelphia, but Philadelphia shit the bed. They choked. He's on the line running. Well, hopefully he's just running to get Javier Mascherano some coffee or something, man. You know, he's the assistant coach now instead of playing. Hopefully he's not. Hopefully he does not come in the game. Nico Fernandez with the cross. Oh my God! Oh, that hit the crossbar. Oh my God! Oh my God! That hit the crossbar. I'm telling you, man. Inter Miami is not looking good right now. Oh my God! I can't believe that hit the crossbar. Holy! Oh my God! Wow. They call foul on Justin Hack on Justin Hack fouled Rios Novo, right? Yeah, Rios Novo took a shot to the rib. Rodrigo De Paul passes out wide. Sergio Busquets, Noah Allen. They are playing the low block too. They are making things a little difficult in the final third. New York City FC are. Bad pass by Noah Allen. Very bad pass. Noah Allen. Oh, those free kick deliveries are looking like Declan Rice deliveries. I just got this feeling that Inter Miami are just kind of like leaving way too much breathing room for New York City FC to get back in this game. Mascherano changed nothing at halftime as per usual. Yeah, I know he didn't change anything at halftime. But Pascal Jensen did, and I mean they're looking like a better team in the second half than Inter Miami. Messi needs to step it up. Messi, I haven't even noticed him in the second half. They need Messi to play. They need Messi to step up in the second half. Jordi Alba, bad pass. Busquets able to save it. Baltasar with a terrible pass, stolen by Wolf. Hannes Wolf. Oh my God, what a pass from Hannes Wolf. Oh my. Oh, oh my God, that would have been beautiful. That was a beautiful pass by Wolf. Oh my God. Fuzzy reflexes. I have no horse in this race, but if the ref is known for really poor, the ref is known for really poor officiating. Yeah, that's. I mean, a lot of refs in MLS are known for poor officiating. The refereeing in MLS is bad. Why do I feel like they're going to keep us on the suspense in the end at a tie game? I don't know. We'll see. I mean, that could happen for sure. It's unpredictable. Ian Frey and Yannick Bright are both coming in. Cello Wenget's coming out, and see who the other one's coming out. So Ian Frey in, which a lot of people wanted for Cello, and I guess Yannick Bright's probably going to come in for Rodrigo De Paul. No, Noah Allen's coming out. So I guess Sergio Busquets is going to push back the center back. Yeah, so Sergio Busquets is going to slide back to center back next to Maxi Falcone. Only problem with this is they don't have any speed at center back now. Oh my God. Just dribbling through the defense. And Rodrigo De Paul falls down. Thank God 2 yellow cards are off. Yeah, so Cello and No Allen did have the yellows. Yeah, that's true. Good pass from Busquets to DePaul. Dude, Busquets is such a great passer. He really is like underrated as hell all time with his passing ability. Like he's arguably the best defensive midfielder of all time, but his passing is just incredible. He is such a great facilitator. I cannot believe that him, Iniesta, and Xavi were all in a midfield together for 12 to 13 years. I mean, that is the best. That's the best midfield I've ever seen in my life. That is the best midfield I've ever seen in my life. I don't think it's even close. As my granddad used to say about the referees, they're paid to do a hard job very badly, right? That's true. Oof. Ojeda wasn't able to save. It's going to be out of bounds. It's going to be a corner for Inter Miami. Oh, Ian Frey wasn't able to get to it. Jordi Alba passed it back to Messi. They called offside. Oh, those Barca teams were a cheat code. Yeah, those Barca teams were nuts. Julian Fernandez coming in for Ojeda. Julian Fernandez coming on for Agustin Ojeda. Kelly Rex says, I think New York aggressiveness now that Wolf is on has Miami a bit worried. Now switch Busquets to defense never goes well for them, in my opinion. Yeah, he's obviously very limited as a defender. He's not very fast, but his facilitation out of the back is definitely better than Maxi Falcone or Noah Allen. So I think it will help them play out of the back a little bit better. That's the good news. But yes, he's if he gets caught ball watching or caught on the counter, I think it could be dangerous. He just doesn't have the speed. Can Wolf get to it? Oh, he's not able to save. It's going to be a goal kick for Inter Miami. It's going to go down to the wire. They put Suarez on at this point. I think New York City brings it back. Luis Suarez cannot be in this game. He cannot be in this game. He can come in this game if they're up 4-1. If it's 2-1, he cannot even see the pitch. He cannot see the pitch even if unless it's super super out of control, the score line. It's crazy to think when you think Busquets was the worst of the Barca midfield, which tells you how good Xavi and Iniesta were. Yeah. I think he was also, bad giveaway by Infray. Oh, Wolf with a great move out wide to Fernandez. Uh-oh. It's going to spell trouble. Going to be a corner for New York City FC. Yeah, Busquets, I think, is just the unsung hero. I think that he gets overlooked a lot because he doesn't play a glamorous position like Xavi and Iniesta did, but he did a lot of the dirty work. But man, he was world class. He was world class in his prime. I just got into soccer. Can I ask why you say they shouldn't bring in Suarez? Because Suarez is slow and he will absolutely kill the attack. He has no pace at this point, and he just doesn't really bring a lot in the final third. They need speed. They need runners. They need people who can do the dirty work for Messi. Even though Messi really hasn't been that involved in this match, he hasn't really done as much as he has in this playoffs. This is Messi's worst game in the playoffs in 2025. And when I say worst game, I'm not saying he's been bad. I'm just saying it's his worst performing game because his other ones were just so good. I mean, he had 6 goals in 6 games. I think he had 6 assists as well. He had 12 goal contributions in his last 6 games. Was it? I guess it's 6 career. Rodriguez, when able to get to it, it's going to be a throw in for New York City FC. Bring Suarez in if they need to spit on someone, or if they need to bite someone is crazy. It's funny as hell though, and partly true. Partly true. Ooh, good deflection by Tadio Yende. Yende, too much on it, looking for Rodrigo de Paul. Is Suarez actually coming in? Oh, is going to be a foul? No call. Oh. All right, Messi. Fouled. Going to get a yellow for O'Neal. Or who's the foul on? Is it O'Toole? Yeah, O'Toole with the yellow card. Yeah, definitely a foul. I think Suarez has bitten like 3 people in a game at least. Who knows how many people he's bitten off the field, right? I don't think Suarez is coming in. I think someone's just trolling. I don't think he's coming in. A bad Silvetti is probably better than a average Suarez at this point. Uh-oh. Nico Fernandez. Oh, nice pass. Oh, what a save by Rocco Rios Novo. Great save by Rocco. Great save by Rocco. Julian Fernandez had a great shot and a great save by Rocco Rios Novo. Nico was definitely on side. Such a great save. Great save by Rocco. I feel like you guys are totally trolling me about Suarez. He might be warming up, but I don't know if he's coming in. All right, it's going to be a corner for New York City FC. Uh-oh, Bouts Rodriguez with some space. He cuts it back. Messi passes out wide to DePaul. DePaul crosses it a little too hard, but gets to Jordy. Jordy plays it down for Messi. Messi turns. Messi passes to Salvetti. Salvetti! Is he onside? Matteo Salvetti pulls one back 3-1. Inter Miami over New York City FC. That's why you don't take him out of the game. That is exactly why you don't take Matteo Salvetti out for Luis Suarez. That's what he does. That's why he's good. That's why he stays in the match. 19-year-old, calm, cool, collected. Miami up 3-1 over New York City FC, and they are in the driver's seat. Wow. What an absolute goal by Matteo Salvetti. He definitely onside, by the way. Beautiful goal. 19 years old, folks. That is a 19-year-old with that calm, cool, collected composure. I mean, the kid is amazing. The young Argentine star. Very close to hosting MLS Cup. Less than 22 minutes plus ad time until Inter Miami advance to the MLS Cup Final. And they will host the MLS Cup Final if they can hold on to this result right now. 3-1. 3-1. Matteo Salvetti might have just put the dagger in New York City FC. 270 people in the chat. Guys, 1 like away from 100 likes on the stream. Make sure you guys smash the like button down below. Help us hit 100 likes. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel. We're 850 subscribers away from 12,000. Trying to hit that by MLS Cup Final Day. We got a huge week coming up. A lot of content on the way. A lot of content on the way up to MLS Cup Final. You guys aren't going to miss that. So make sure you subscribe if you haven't already and hit the little bell notification. we have a post-game recap as soon as this game is over. Then we're going to be hopping on to another live watch along to do San Diego FC versus Vancouver Whitecaps to see who will play the team or the winner of this match in the MLS Cup Final. A lot of stuff heading your way. Big, big night ahead, guys. Big night ahead. Appreciate it. 100th like here. Appreciate it. Mr. says, I'm predicting Suarez will come in about the 80th minute. He probably will now that they're up 3-1. He probably will come on in the 80th minute. Would you guys classify Matteo Salvetti as a young Argentine star? Would you consider him a young star based on the way he's played? Breakout season for sure. Salvetti needs a little bit more consistency, but yeah. Well, he's not a world class, obviously, but I think he's a star. I think he's a star in the making. He's the next Julian Alvarez. I heard someone say that when he came over to MLS, when he came to Inter Miami. I heard someone say they thought he could be the next Julian Alvarez, but he needed to stay healthy. You obviously you want to see what happens. You don't want to put too crazy expectations on a young kid like that, but I think he's delivering. I think he's been playing really, really well. Really, really well for Inter Miami. If they win MLS Cup, then he'll be a star. Maybe so. All right, Segovia's coming in for Baltasar Rodriguez, Telasco Segovia. There are less than 19 minutes left. Less than 19 minutes left until Inter Miami will advance to the MLS Cup Final. Crazy to think how far they've come. Mr. says he has a ton of potential. I think he'll be in the Argentine team at some point. Yeah, I mean, keep in mind, he's only 19 years old, folks. He just turned 19 years old. He's super, super young. Rodrigo de Paul looks like he might be hurt a little bit. Nothing too crazy. Yannick Bright. Oh, bad giveaway. Maxi. Oh, Yannick Bright's able to recover. Good play by Yannick Bright. Good recovery. Place your fans today. I feel Argentinian. Playing very, very well right now. Segovia's completely lost his spot. I wouldn't be surprised to see Segovia sold in the winter. He just doesn't really fit what they want to do, and he doesn't start anymore. He doesn't really need to be on this team. Oh, the foul. So Justin Hack. Yeah, Justin Hack fouled. Was that Busquets? Who'd he foul? No, Yannick Bright. Maybe Inter Miami will trade Segovia. We'll talk about that in the offseason. That really doesn't matter right now. But what matters right now is them, advancing. We have a whole offseason to talk about moves, but something to keep an eye on. Jay the Man says, Mascherano has been good with managing this match. He's been good the last two matches, honestly. He's really growing into his own. And I want to give him a little bit of credit or slack, because being a new manager is not easy, guys. Like, you have to learn on the job. You're not going to walk into something and just be the best thing possible. You got to learn what you're doing and kind of fill things out. He's only coached the youth national team for Argentina. There's still a lot of stuff he had to learn. Obviously, he's coaching his former teammates. He was a very good player. There's still just so many variables, and I feel like he's done a good job. It's not about necessarily how you start, it's how you finish. And there's nobody who's finishing better than Javier Mascherano at this point. Nobody is finishing as strongly as Javier Mascherano at this point. He's having incredible MLS Cup playoffs. And he deserves credit for that. 15 minutes left. Segovia would be a good option off the bench if he'd be happy to do it. The only reason I don't think he would do that is just because he's 22 years old. And I do think he's good enough to start for other teams. I just don't think he wants to start. I don't think he wants to be a bench player, especially because he's trying to be a mainstay and an important piece to his in his national team. Three to one. 14 minutes left. Be curious to see if New York City FC make any more substitutions. I think they've made 3 so far. No, 2 so far. I don't think they'll make any more substitutions. I don't really know who they got mostly defenders on the bench at this point. But this is what happens when you don't have your striker, your number 9. They don't really have anybody they can turn to score. New York City FC, you're definitely going to have to shop for a striker in the offseason. They have 2 DP spots open this offseason. They've got Nico Fernandez, who's a great person to build around. They need to get a striker desperately in the offseason. They need to spend big on a striker. Does Busquets remind anyone else of Stickbug in Bug's Life? He's like, maybe a little bit. That was weird to take a left-handed free kick from that angle. Oh, out of bounds. Going to be a New York City FC throw in. '77th minute. I'm curious to see if Inter Miami chase. Are they going to try to go for the 4th goal? Or are they content with a 3-1 lead? They're pressing a little bit right now. Out of bounds, going to be a throw in for Inter Miami. You think New York City FC will pick up Thiago Martin's contract? I don't think they will. I don't think they should. You don't need I talked about this with Mike on the preview for this match. I don't think you can really have a striker in Major League Soccer. Like you don't need a striker in Major League, or excuse me, you don't need a center back DP in Major League Soccer. You need to have attackers, midfielders. He's not Thiago Martins he's not been a good, when you're a DP center back, you got to be really, really good, like elite level in the league. You got to be shutting dudes down, absolutely locking up the opposing team's attack. He doesn't do that. Martins does not do that. So I don't think he's worth the DP spot. I don't think he ever has been worth the DP spot. And I think that was a huge mistake to sign him as a DP. So no, I don't think they should pick up his option. Now, if they want to re-sign him on a TAM deal, yeah, Martins is a DP. If they want to re-sign him on a TAM deal, that's fine. But he can't be a DP. Messi with the free kick. Oof. I think it's been another corner for Inter Miami. It looks very windy. Look at Maxi Falcone's hair. Looks like a blow dryer. Honestly, Maxi Falcone, he would look weird without his hair at this point. I wonder if he's ever had short hair. Wind looks crazy. Wind is absolutely insane right now. Everybody's hair looks crazy. What's a DP? A designated player. It means you can sign a player outside the salary budget. You can pay them whatever you want. Their transfer fee can be whatever you want. Every team gets 3 of them. That's what a DP is. They'll keep the DP spots for the new stadium. Well, as long as they don't sign somebody who is a DP, well, they could change the rules by then. Keep in mind, Mr. Mister, there could be completely different rules by that time. Messi with the cross or the corner. Jordi Alba mishits it. Yannick Bright heads it down. Goes into Matt Freeze's hands. Nice play by Maxi Falcone. Oh, Segovia kept it in. Nice play by Segovia. Jordi Alba. Oof. Segovia tried to back heel flick. New York City throw in. Less than 10 minutes left, guys, in the Eastern Conference. Inter Miami is 10 minutes away from making it to the MLS Cup Final. Not only making it, but hosting it. 10 minutes away from officially making it to the MLS Cup Final. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? Jane says, surprise City Group haven't been sending their young talents to New York City. Yeah, the crazy part is we've talked about this before, but New York City FC have not had one Manchester City player on the team that was a senior player. Not one single player out of the entire existence of the club. They've had 2 youth players I can think of. 2. They had Shea Facey back in 2015 and Angelino in 2015. That's the only 2 they've ever had that I can remember. And they have all these prospects they can loan that would help a lot. And they'd get good minutes in a decent league to develop. And they've never played in MLS. Never. Never played in MLS. Yeah, but Frank Lampard technically signed with New York City FC first. He was announced in June as New York City FC player and then went on loan to Manchester City and ended up staying there longer than he was supposed to. So he was first introduced as a New York City FC player in the summer of 2014. All right, La Tortuga's coming in for Matteo Salvetti, 82nd minute. Let's see what La Tortuga can do. See what La Tortuga can do. Oh, boy. The Unk is coming in. The Unk is coming in for Inter Miami. The Uruguayan Unk. We'll see how this goes. Yeah, Matteo Salvetti and Tadio Allende have 5 goals in the last 2 matches combined. 5 goals. Messi with the ball. Beautiful pass to Segovia. A lot of open space. Jordi Alba is making the run. So is Rodrigo de Paul. Jordi Alba back to Segovia. There it is. 4-1. There it is. What a beautiful play. Inter Miami's going to go to the MLS Cup Final, folks. They're going to go to the MLS Cup Final. 4-1. 4-1. 4-1. What a beautiful play right there between Telasco Segovia and Jordi Alba. What a beautiful play. That's game. That is ball game. That is ball game. What a season. What a play. Telasco Segovia, great play between Segovia and Jordi Alba. Great pass from Segovia to Jordi Alba. Great back heel flick from Jordi Alba to Segovia. What a team, guys. What a team. Wow. Yeah, Javier Mascherano deserves some flowers. Man, next game's going to be very interesting. So Inter Miami is going to play the winner of the Whitecaps versus San Diego FC, which is going to take place at 9 o'clock Eastern time. Wow. Absolutely incredible, guys. Absolutely incredible. Wow. This team is just they're scoring at a level I've never really seen before in MLS Cup playoffs. They're just scoring at will. They're scoring at will. They've hit their stride at the perfect time. Inter Miami has, and they look damn near unbeatable. I said earlier that I thought it was going to be 2-1, and if Inter Miami blew New York City FC out, that probably meant that they were going to run away with it and just be the MLS Cup winners, right? That's what I thought. And that's what ended up happening. That's what ended up happening. I mean, they are just dominating right now. Absolutely dominating. Messi, Suarez. Ooh. They might put up 5 on them. They might put 5 up on New York City FC. No one's beating the team right now. Nobody's beating this team right now. Yeah, this is without Messi. And I wouldn't, like I said, I wouldn't say Messi's playing bad. He just really hasn't had to do much because the team's been playing so good around him. The team is doing so good around him. He really hasn't had to do much. So incredible, incredible game. Incredible game. Messi, Messi, Suarez. Oh God, the deflection. Oh God. Yeah, they're trying to get 5. They're trying to really, really run the score up. Inter Miami are. They're trying to run the score up. They're not content. There is less than 2 minutes left or less than 3 minutes left until the game's over. Less than 2 minutes left of this game. Wow. Incredible. 303 people in the chat. Guys, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We got a post game dropping after this, and we're also going to be doing a live watch along after this match to see who Inter Miami is going to play in the MLS Cup Final. It's going to be between Thomas Muller and Vancouver Whitecaps and Anders Dreyer and San Diego FC to see who's going to play Inter Miami in the MLS Cup Final. Wow. Absolutely incredible. What a run. What an absolute run. And I'm going to be honest with you. I thought that Inter Miami was going to be in trouble because of how they were playing at some stretches, but they have proven me wrong. They have proven me wrong. Wow. Vancouver better win so we get Messi versus Muller. That would be cool just because of the aspect of um, Germany versus Argentina in 2014. That would be the cool thing for me. Allende, he's getting his hat trick. Yep, hat trick Allende. Oh my God, this is getting ugly. This is getting ugly. It's now 5-1. 5-1. 5-1. 5-1 Inter Miami. Stick a fork in it. Tadio Yende's having the game of his life. Hat trick. Tadio Yende with a hat trick. He's got 5 goals in the last 2 games. Tadio Yende does. Wow. Five to 1. Take a bow, Javier Mascherano. Take a bow. Take a bow, Javier. Take a bow, Javier Mascherano. Take a bow. Yende with a hat trick. And listen, that's what I said. They needed to have somebody else step up. They can't depend on Messi for everything. They can't depend on Messi for everything. No added time. Inter Miami has defeated New York City FC to make it to the MLS Cup Final, to win the championship for the first time in their club's existence. Messi has done it. They will play next Saturday in the MLS Cup Final. Guys, I appreciate you for tuning in with me. Post-game recap will be dropping very, very shortly. We will also be live at 8:50 to do the San Diego FC versus Vancouver Whitecaps watch along to see who Inter Miami is going to play in the MLS Cup Final. You're not going to miss that game. So to stay tuned, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit that little bell notification so you don't miss any of my videos, whether it's a watch along, whether it's a video, whether it's emergency live stream. You guys aren't going to miss that. Huge week coming up. Love you all, chat. See you guys very, very, very soon.